In this problem, you are asked to write the equation of quadratic function in a transformation form. Now, sometimes transformation forms are also called as standard form or even vertex form. Okay. So if I say standard form or vertex form, then it what it means is you have to say a x minus h the whole squared plus k, where this h comma k will represent the vertex of the parabola, and a is going to be telling you if it's greater than 0 that you'll have a minimum point, and if a is less than 0 then you will have a maximum point. Okay, now so in order for me to have an equation from this ax squared plus bx plus c form into a standard form or a transformation form, I will have to use completing the square. So that's what I'm going to do first. Okay. So take this equation, f of x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 3. And to write this in the transformation form, the first thing I would do is group the x's together. So I'm going to write x squared minus 4x. And then I'm going to leave some space and write the negative 3 over here. The next step would be to just completing the square to this piece, and whatever I'm going to add here, I'm going to subtract it on the second bracket. So next process of completing the square, take the coefficient of x if the leading coefficient is 1, which in this case, yes, it is. Negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2, square it, and I'll get a 4. And this 4, I'm going to add it here and subtract it here. I added and I subtracted. Okay, so if I did that right, the one in parentheses, this, the first bracket, this is a perfect square. And what that would become is x minus 2 the whole squared. And then I go combine negative 4 plus negative 3, which would be negative 7. So this is my transformation form, and that's what should go here. X minus 2 the whole squared minus 7. Okay. So the next step of this is asking me to find the vertex. Find the vertex and the x-intercepts, x and y-intercepts of f. Round your answers to 2 decimal places. If the answer does not exist, put DNE. So vertex I found x. So vertex is, as I've told you, that if you write this, your vertex is going to be 2 comma negative 7. So h is 2. So it's like x minus h the whole squared plus k. So from here h would be 2 and k would be negative 7. So negative 2 comma 7 is my vertex. Okay. The next step would be to find the x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept algebraically, you need to plug in y equals 0, and in this case f of x is equal to 0, and solve for x. So I'm going to use the the vertex form that I have. So x minus 2 the whole squared minus 7 is equal to 0. So from here I'm going to go x minus 2 the whole squared is equal to 7, or x minus 2 would be plus or minus square root of 7. Therefore x would be equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 7. So that will give me two values. One is x could be 2 minus square root of 7, or x could be 2 plus square root of 7. So because it's asking decimal places rounded to do decimal places, I'm going to put that in my calculator. I'm going to have 2 minus square root of 7, which is negative 0.6457. It says round to 2 decimal places. That's what I'm reading. Round your answers to 2 decimal places. Therefore, this would be x is approximately equal to negative 0.65. And if I put the second one in, just 2 plus root 7, we'll have x is approximately 4.65. So these two should be the answers, and I'd say smaller value first. So I'll put the negative 0.65 here and 4.65 over here. Okay. Now the next part of the problem is asking me to find the y-intercept. I'll write it down here, y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, I'm going to plug in x equals 0 and solve for y, in this case f of x. So in other words, I'm looking for what f of 0 is. So here I'll have a 0 squared. Even if I go to the original one, 0, 0, 0, 0 squared plus 0 minus 3, I'll have a negative 3. So technically here my y-intercept is negative 3, so x coordinate is 0. I did a mistake here. I should have written this in a coordinate form, guys. So here I will have to put a comma 0. Let me rewrite this. So this is a negative 0.65 comma 0, 4.65 comma 0. And this one is going to be 0 comma negative 3. Okay, now with this information I'm going to plot the graph. So first I'm going to put my vertex. X is 2, negative 7, so 2, negative 7 would be a point down here. Now 0, negative 3, that's the y-intercept. Because there is a symmetrical point, I will have 1, 2, 1, 2. There will be a point on this side because of the symmetry. You can say there is going to be another point on this side. 2. Okay. So this would be 4 comma negative 3. 4 comma negative 3, 0 comma negative 3. Then I would have this point like 2 comma negative 7. And also if I put the x-intercepts in, the 4.65 somewhere here I'll have one, which is 4.65 comma 0. Right, and then negative 0.65 will be a point somewhere here, negative 0.65 comma 0. These two are approximations. So with this I can see the graph. So I'm going to sketch it. Use the pencil. It should be the graph of the function. Okay, from the graph I can say the domain is going to be from negative infinity to infinity. I think we have spoken enough about domains and range. And the range is the y value, which is negative 7 comma positive infinity. Again, it's asking for answers in interval notation. So that's why I'm using brackets and parentheses to write this. So for range, I'm looking at the minimum value for the y, which is negative 7. And since the graph is going all the way up, it's like negative 7 to positive infinity. And for domain, it's all the x-axis. Since I have arrows on either end, the graph goes forever, which means it's all the number line negative infinity to positive infinity.